In the present right now, you get Maxx Crosby, and you're like, welcome back to Texas, kid.
Is there some breaking news I don't know about, Rich?
No, I'm officially giving up on it.
Yeah. Oh, you have?
Yeah.
For the beginning of the season, though?
Back together again weekend happened, right?
Yep.
Is it back together again weekend or it's back together weekend? It's back together.
It's back together weekend, last weekend.
Back together weekend. And the training camp coverage on NFL Network, outstanding. Omar Ruiz.
I was watching a bunch of it.
David Carr sitting there at Raiders camp. Maxx Crosby, shirtless but inked like crazy, talking about how he looks forward to seeing Fernando Mendoza become the man and also join him in the leadership front.
In this league, you need a great quarterback to win and compete. And Fernando's going to be that guy at some point, and I want to see him succeed. I want this organization to succeed. I'm a Raider to the core, and I want to win more than anything. So it's going to take all of us, not just myself. It's everyone. It's all three levels, you know what I mean? And you talk back to the Patriot days back then, they had Teddy Bruschi at linebacker. They had Rodney Harrison at safety. They had Richard Seymour up front. They had vets and dudes everywhere that led. So I don't want to just be the only guy talking all the time. It can't just be me. It's not basketball where Kobe grabbed the dudes and be like, no, this is what we're doing. There's 15 dudes on the team. You got 90 guys on the roster right now and 40 coaches, or how, I don't know, we have so many damn coaches. Right. You know how it is. So, like, I need my point is intentionality, and that's like a big word for me this offseason. I've been intentional with all the things I'm doing, and I want to be intentional with everything. So that includes leadership. Fernando's a great kid. He's got all the talent in the world, and I want him to have all the success in the world and help lead that offensive side.
Yeah, he's not twitching in any direction other than just staying put and being intentional to stay put and be ready for the season, you know? So I think I'm going to give up on this one.
Don't.
Well, I know you want him in Dallas, but unless you're calling up and you're telling John Spytek, I'll give you the same 2-1s that the Ravens gave you. Oof. You hang up the phone, right? You see how it works. Certainly if he's the one who's like, I got traded because it wasn't working out here, I'm back and I'm taking a leadership role and I'm telling everybody else who's with me. You want to trade that guy away? Who, by the way, is one of the best pass rushers in the National Football League. I don't want to trade that guy away. I want to win with him. So I'm going to stop with this whole business. Like, I need to see it. Let's see what happens. And training camp arrives. Now, trade deadline's a different story. You're going through half the season. The Raiders might be struggling. And he's just like, I can't do it anymore here. Or I'm ready to I'm ready to ring chase a little bit here.
But I watched that same thing earlier, and he's leading by example. They were showing shots of the team running gassers. He is leading the team. He's out in front of everyone doing these, this workout. So he's in there leading by example.
He knows only one way to do it, I think. And when they told him, you're sitting for the last 2 games of last season, he was done with it.
Yeah.
It didn't matter that Pete was gone and everyone was gone and they're bringing in a new guy. He was done with it. And don't forget, it would be wild if he stays put and he's still the same guy for them and he stays and they win.
They turn it
around. And part of the reason they turn it around is in the 48 hours that he was gone and they figured they had all this cap space, they go and get Tyler Linderbaum. You know what I mean? They get this guy who proves to be the guy who does shepherd Fernando Mendoza through. And they keep Max too. I don't know if those are mutually exclusive, that they would, if Max wasn't gone, they wouldn't have gotten the best center on the free agent market. It just makes sense. Again, if you want Fernando Mendoza to succeed and you want him to succeed and become the leader that Maxx Crosby says he would like him to see. And he does strike me as he's ready to lead. Like, that's going to be something he takes very seriously. He's ready to get linked in on that. You know what I mean? To use that phrase. And you want to get him to that position where he's comfortable doing it because he's the man. You know what you do? You give him short fields because Maxx Crosby's still on the team to put him back on the field. And you get him a center. who he could share a brain with, you get him that. Solidifies the line. It's a guy that, the quarterback-center relationship obviously is a close one. Smart moves. And then you get him a coach who's going to build an offense around him. Mm-hmm. So they're checking boxes. But I'm unchecking the box if I need to see a full training camp season to believe Maxx Crosby is still going to be a Raider or wants to be one. I don't think that's
I'm with
that's
you,
lip
though.
service.
Let's check back in at the trade.
Yeah, trade.
Well, I mean, we'll have to see the way the season goes in that.
I mean, they could be 1-6, and then it's like,
and it's just like really getting my brains beaten in again, and I just see how happy Myles Garrett is somewhere else.
yeah.
And then Uncle Jared makes a call.
Yeah. Futures. Giving up futures.
Hey, don't stop pounding that table just yet, Rich.
Browns fans, let me throw a crazy question at you. What happens if the Raiders are sitting at 1-6 near the trade deadline and Maxx Crosby looks across the NFL, sees Myles Garrett in a completely different situation, and suddenly says, man, I want my shot too? Because listen carefully to that clip. They are not saying Crosby is available today. In fact, everything coming out of Las Vegas right now says the opposite. He is leading, he is invested, he is talking about helping Fernando Mendoza develop, and he looks like a Raider completely locked in for the start of this season. But here is where it gets interesting for Cleveland. We already know Las Vegas was willing to trade him once. That deal with Baltimore got far enough that 2 first-round picks were reportedly on the table before concerns about Crosby's knee killed the move. So do not tell me this is some impossible fantasy that could never be revisited. If that Raiders season goes sideways, the phone lines around the NFL are going to get very interesting. And if I'm Andrew Berry, I am absolutely paying attention. Now, would Cleveland need Maxx Crosby? Need is a strong word because Jared Verse is already here. The Browns moved Myles Garrett and got Verse plus major future draft capital. And Verse gives this defense a young, explosive edge rusher Cleveland clearly believes can become part of its new identity. But Crosby lined up with Verse? Man, stop for a second and picture that problem for an offensive coordinator. Which side are you sliding protection toward? Who gets the tight end help? Where does the running back chip? You cannot double everybody. Crosby plays with that relentless, violent motor that drives tackles crazy, and Verse brings power, explosiveness, and youth on the opposite side. That combination could turn 3rd and long into absolute misery. And in the AFC North, where every game feels like somebody locked the stadium doors and started a street fight, having 2 edge defenders capable of wrecking a possession can change your entire season. But here's where Cleveland has to be smart. I am not emptying the draft cupboard just because the name Maxx Crosby becomes available. Absolutely not. Those picks from the Garrett trade matter. Cleveland finally has flexibility, young talent, and ammunition for the future. You do not throw all of that away emotionally. But if Las Vegas gets desperate, if Crosby becomes frustrated again, and if the price comes down from that massive 2 first-round pick territory, then we have a conversation, a serious conversation, because this is exactly the type of situation good front offices monitor months before everybody else realizes something has changed. And there's another layer here that makes the clip fascinating. They literally used Myles Garrett as the example. Think about that. Garrett's exit from Cleveland is now being discussed as something another superstar defender could look at when questioning his own future. For Browns fans, that could sting for a second, but I actually see the other side of it. Cleveland did not walk away from Garrett empty-handed. They got Jared Verse and 3 valuable picks. If Verse becomes the player this organization believes he can be, those assets give Andrew Berry opportunities that Cleveland would never have had otherwise. Maybe one of those opportunities eventually becomes another premium player. Maybe it's not Crosby at all. The point is that the Browns now have options, and that matters. So right now, Maxx Crosby to Cleveland is not a report. It's not a deal. It's not even a confirmed negotiation. But if the Raiders collapse before the deadline, remember this conversation, because the NFL can change in about 48 hours. One losing streak, one frustrated superstar, one phone call, and suddenly something that sounded impossible in August becomes the biggest story in football. And if Cleveland is competitive when that moment arrives, oh, you better believe I want Andrew Berry checking the price. Verse on one side, Crosby on the other, an aggressive Browns defense attacking quarterbacks in November and December? Tell me that would not make the entire AFC North uncomfortable. Dawg Pound, now I need your answer. If Maxx Crosby became legitimately available at the deadline, what would you give up to bring him to Cleveland? Would you protect those future picks, or would you make an aggressive move for another elite pass rusher? Drop your trade package in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay locked in, because the Browns finally have the assets to be part of conversations like this instead of just watching other teams make the move.